They hurt you. You cried. You couldn't sleep. You told yourself never again. And then a few days later, you forgave them. Not because they changed, not because they earned it, but because carrying that pain felt worse than letting it go. And somewhere deep inside, you already know, they'll do it again. Point 1, the anxiety of conflict. People who forgive too easily aren't naive, they aren't weak, and they aren't blind to what happened. Psychology says they have an unusually high sensitivity to conflict and tension. For them, holding on to anger doesn't feel powerful. It feels physically painful. The silence, the awkwardness, the distance between two people. Their brain experiences unresolved conflict like a constant alarm that won't turn off. So forgiving isn't a choice. It's the only way to make the noise stop. But the third reason, this is the one that hurts the most. Stay with me. Point 2, the fear of being alone. But there's a second reason, and this one runs even deeper. Many people who forgive quickly carry a quiet, unspoken fear that if they don't, they'll end up alone. They think, if I stay angry, they'll leave. If I hold this boundary, I'll lose them. If I demand better, no one will stay. So they forgive, not because the other person deserves it, but because abandonment feels more terrifying than being hurt again. Psychologists call this anxious attachment. And it doesn't start with the person who hurt you. It started long before them. Point 3, they don't believe they deserve better. Some people forgive too easily because somewhere inside, they don't truly believe they deserve better. They've been hurt so many times by people they loved and trusted that being mistreated started to feel normal, familiar even. So when someone hurts them and then shows even the slightest sign of care, they rush back, grateful for the crumbs. Psychologists call this trauma normalization. The bar for what's acceptable gets lowered, quietly, slowly, until you're forgiving things that should never have happened in the first place. Forgiving someone is not the problem. Forgiving someone who never changed, who never apologized, who never even acknowledged what they did, that's not kindness. That's you carrying their weight so they never have to. You are allowed to forgive someone and still choose not to let them back in. Those two things can exist at the same time. If this hit closer to home than you expected, you're not alone. Subscribe, because every week we decode the psychology behind the wounds most people are still quietly carrying.